Hello, welcome to Cooking with James Bailey here. We are at Clark Retirement, and we're going to show you today how to make stuffed French toast with a strawberry glaze and then a nice minted melon salad. So we're going to start off with the minted salad so all the mint can incorporate with the fruit. So I've got a honeydew first here, and we're going to make it a little fancy today. So I've got a little melon baller here, and I've got a half of a honeydew. We're just going to take this. We're going to make little melon balls here for our fruit salad. So and what we'll do is make just a few here, so we're not going to make enough for a lot of people because it's just myself and Kayla here today. So this is something that this salad, you can do it fresh the day of, or you can actually do it the day ahead of time. It works both ways. If you do it a day ahead of time, that mint really works into the salad. So okay, we'll do one more here. All right, we can get this out of the way. So we've got our nice cantaloupe and honeydew melon balls there. I took the liberty to take some strawberries and I quartered them up a little bit. So we'll put some of those in there. And what I've got some chopped up mint, and I'm going to take a little bit of brown sugar. I'm going to put the mint in with it. And what we're going to do is we're going to do something what we call macerate. Macerate's just called it's a fancy word for incorporate. So we're going to incorporate that or macerate that mint in with the brown sugar. And what that's going to do is that's going to create a little bit more of a syrup once you mix it with the fruit. And you know, nothing hurts like a little bit of sugar and mint. So we're going to take this here and put this over the top of our fruit. And what we're going to do is we're just going to set this aside and let it blend all together. Okay? And then what we're going to do is I like to garnish my dishes with a little bit of something here. So I'm going to take a nice orange, and you know, we've got to take the peeling off of there because the peeling is a little tart. So we want to make sure this stays sweet. So I'm going to cut off both ends. Then I'm going to peel it with my knife here. I'm going to make sure that we get that white membrane off the inside because that's really the tart part of it. So, okay. Take those out of there. Thank you very much. So what I want to do is I've got my cup here. Is I'm going to slice this really thin. So basically this is just going to be, I know it's going to be part of my dish, but it's also going to be part of the garnish. So we're going to take this just around the inside here. We're going to take a little bit of our fruit and put it in here. You can see that the juices from the fruit are already coming out because we put the mint and the juice already in there. So the mint and the honeydew and cantaloupe. So we'll put these in there. Look at that. Now that's a nice fruit salad there. Nice mint. It's going to be a nice fresh spring salad. So that's going to be the first part of our dish there. So the second part of our dish is we're going to make a stuffed French toast. And basically we're going to take 2 pieces of bread, make a cream cheese filling, and then we're going to put those together. I can get one of those bowls back, please. Okay. So I'm going to make the stuffing. What we want to do is we want to take our cream cheese. Then we're going to take a little bit of cinnamon. And we're going to take a little bit of honey. I like to put the honey in instead of, for this dish, I like to put the honey in for the sweetener instead of the sugar, because the honey is more of a pure sweetener. So what we're going to do, and what you want to do is let your cream cheese, whip your cream cheese before you put it in there, so you can see it's a little easier to mix up. Because we all know if you don't, you take your cream cheese right out of the refrigerator, what's going to happen? It's going to be hard, it's going to rip your bread, and then you're going to get frustrated, and you're going to say, Chef James, it didn't work out for me, but that'll be a little better for you. So, all right. There we are. That looks nice, that looks nice. That's going to be a good feeling. I always like to use local honey. We've got one of the associates here that has beehives, and they get honey off of their bees. So I like to use that honey. It's fantastic. So we're going to set that aside. We're actually going to make our strawberry glaze here, and it's going to be just like our mint. I'm going to take some of these out of here. So, remember, when we did our fruit cup, we took our sugar and we mixed it with our mint, so we can get we macerated it together, so we can get a little bit of juice off of that, combining with that mint. So what we're going to do we're going to do this. We're going to take a little bit of sugar, and we're going to mix it with our strawberries here. And if you ever made strawberry shortcake before, that's how you get your nice strawberry glaze with that. Because what you want to do is you want to get that juice from the strawberries flowing out of the strawberries, so in that sugar in there will start that process, and so we can use that for our stuffed French toast. And for me, the more syrup and the more liquid for a French toast, it's better. I know my family doesn't like to eat French toast or pancakes with me, because I like to have a little bit of pancakes with my syrup and butter, if you say it that way. So what we're going to do, we're going to make our French toast, and always with French toast, we're going to make our batter. Okay? We're going to whisk this together. What I did is I took some eggs and some milk, whip that together. You want to make sure that you whip that together really well, because your eggs sometimes get a little stringy. If you don't whip it, they're going to stay stringy, and it's going to cook that way on your French toast. And there's a little bit, what I like to do, add a little bit of extra to this. I like to put a pinch of cinnamon in there, and then my brown sugar, just to sweeten up the batter for my French toast. That looks good. That looks really good. Okay, I'm going to set this aside back here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to make the French toast. So I've got a little bit of butter I'm going to put in the pan, and I'm going to let this heat up just a little bit, because you want to make sure your pan heats up just a little bit, because if you put it in a cold pan, the French toast is going to be soggy. You want it to hit, as soon as it hits the pan, it's got to be warm. It's got to sear that egg right onto that toast, onto that bread. So what I'm doing is, whenever I make French toast, I like to use a brioche bread, or what sometimes is called a Hawaiian bread. It's a little thicker, a little bit sweeter, so it's a nice bread there. So I'm going to take this fantastic filling here that I've whipped together. All right, we're going to take this, put this right on the inside of our bread. Kayla's looking at me like, wow, James, that's a lot of filling. But you know what? She has to remember this is for me, and I like a lot of filling. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to put these two together. If you see, we're basically just made a sandwich, out of this. So our butter's looking really nice in there right now. So it's starting to bubble a little bit, getting heated up. So we're looking good. So this is something you can do if you want to, like we talked about the fruit salad, you can do that a day ahead of time. You can make this bread a day ahead of time. Just take it like this and put it together. And what you do is make sure you wrap it really well with saran wrap or food wrap, and then put it in the refrigerator. But if you don't wrap it really well, it's going to dry out because the refrigerator is going to take the moisture out of there. So, okay, so we're going to dip this in both sides of here. Oh, you can hear that sizzle right off of there. That is fantastic. And this is where you need the patience. You got to have a lot of patience because you want that nice crust on the side of that bread. So let it sit there, let it enjoy itself right in the pan, and it'll be better for you. So I wish you could smell that nice cinnamon. Oh my goodness, isn't it fantastic?
It is.
I know Kayla just asked me, where's my piece? Well, you should have been cooking. So, oh my goodness, that looks fantastic. Can I get a plate over there and we'll... All right. We're going to flip that. Oh, wow. That's going to be nice. And you're going to say, well, what about that cream cheese in the middle? That's going to melt in there as it's getting heated up. It's just like a grilled cheese. You see the cheese melts on the inside, so the cream cheese, the mixture on the inside will melt as well. So I'm going to take a look at this here. Oh, that's fantastic. We're going to flip it over one more time just to get that nice on that side there. Turn that off and let it sit in there. Okay? So what we're going to do is we've got look at this nice dish of fruit sitting on there. You can see a little bit of the juice is starting to come to the bottom of there. That's going to be fantastic for us. So, all right, we'll put this to the side here. I'm going to set this over here. So, what I'm going to do is, to put this just on a plate like this, it's not going to look very nice. We want to make sure the food looks nice, so it's more appetizing. The better it looks, the more appetizing it is, and the better, realistically, you think it's going to taste. So, we're going to cut this open. We're going to take this. Look at that. Look at the inside of that. That nice stuffing. That cinnamon honey cream cheese on the inside. It's nice and warm. The aroma is just fantastic. So we're going to put this right here on the plate. We're going to take our strawberries here. Look at this. You can see, look at how they're starting to glaze up from that sugar. The more you let it sit, the more of the glaze it's going to be on top of there. But that looks fantastic. That is just going to be a good addition to this dish. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this right over the top. Like that. So got the nice strawberries with that. So that's fantastic. So we're going to put a little bit right there because we don't want them to hide away. So look at that dish. Take this out of here. That is a fantastic dish. Just a little hearty, you know, a big 2 pieces of toast with that stuffing and the nice fruit. This is something you know you have for a brunch, and that could last you the entire day. So, and it's fantastic. I think, did I bring some silverware? I think you know what, Kayla, I didn't leave you out. I have a fork over there if you want to try it. I'll cut you a piece. So I'm gonna cut a piece here. Cut Kayla a piece here. Got to be careful if you're cutting it like this, if you're gonna eat it right away, because of the fact is that cream cheese in there is going to be very hot. Oh, that is wonderful. You know, you don't have to use the brioche bread. Oh, I might just sit here and eat this in front of you, but I'm sorry if I do that already, but I can't resist. You don't have to use the brioche bread. You can use a whole wheat, you can use a white, a raisin bread, a cinnamon bread. All those types of bread are fantastic. I just like to use the brioche bread. It's a fantastic. So that's something for you to try. You know, take a look and see if it'll turn out. You know what? I'm going to try a little bit of this minted fruit too. Nothing goes together like fresh fruit, fresh stuffed French toast. So this is Cooking with Chef James Bailey. I hope you enjoyed the show. Good cooking in the future. Thank you very much and have a great day.